Hey everyone, it's me, Joe, back again with another Tower of God review, and today I am joined by...
I have been resurrected!
He's back!
Hey.
Other Joe is back. People missed you, man, and we're happy to have you back for this review of episode 11 of the Tower of God anime. So...
Hey. I'm glad to be back. Sorry I missed last episode. I really wanted to talk about a whole bunch of stuff because a whole bunch of stuff happened, but it's okay because I'll make sure I incorporate stuff from last episode into this episode.
Ooh, okay.
And I'll let you know.
That's smart. That's smart. I think we actually had people asking what you thought of it, so they were genuinely wanting to know. For this episode of the Tower of God anime, I thought it was honestly such a good episode. It's either my favorite episode yet or like my second favorite because I really liked episode 2. I thought they handled it great. They made changes from the original, but I felt like they were good / interesting changes for mostly for the better, and it was concise. It had good content. The animation looked good. Joe, what about you? What do you think?
I haven't really given much comparison thought. I haven't really given much thought how I compare it to the webtoon.
Okay. That
much. If I like how it does the events that transpire. But I really did enjoy this episode quite a lot. It did some really cool things. I especially like a certain thing that happened where this is hard to. This is Let's talk about a certain thing that happened that affected the last episode because they made a big change last episode. And we were wondering how that was going to pay off.
They made a big change, and like for a lot of people, it was a change that wasn't huge. Like if you're an anime only, you wouldn't even know it. It's kind of small in the long run, but for us, it was a big deal. Yeah.
I mean, the character's not a big deal at all.
No.
And ultimately, it doesn't change a thing.
It doesn't.
But I also really like this character, so I felt kind of bad that they got cut out about Shanhwa. And then in exchange for Concho, who probably had about the same amount of lines, same amount of presence.
To be honest, I guess he might have had a little more at first, like in the beginning of the story. He's the one that cut off that guy's arm, and the guy's like, "Why'd you cut off my arm?" He's the one that fought against a knock during the crown game. Aside from that, though, that's kind of it. That shows you how little presence Shanhwa had. But Shanhwa's cooler.
Shanhwa.
He's a cooler character.
He has the sword. But I mean, I guess the character can't be defined by Narmaya, the sword.
Right. Yeah, no, I guess not. But it was weird because they kept Nare, but not Shanhwa. And I always thought of them as like a pairing, whether they're supposed to be.
Nare even has his sword now, too. It's like, huh.
Yeah, people are theorizing that Dorsey actually killed Shanhwa, and that's why he couldn't pass.
Possibly.
I mean, I guess, but my only problem with that is that they made such a huge deal out of Ho being about to kill Rachel, but Dorsey didn't get punished at all for killing 2 of her teammates.
She probably didn't kill them.
She probably didn't kill them, but they couldn't move. They were beat up bad. And like it does make sense. Anyway, regardless though, Concho replaces Shanhwa, and they just get friggin' eaten this episode.
Immediately.
Just immediately, out of nowhere. I see Concho and Blur with Hots. 2 minutes later, Concho's getting chewed on, and he's been mauled. Yeah.
I was quite surprised. I was like, They let Concho pass. I wonder what they're gonna do with him in the future. And I was like, I think I actually laughed a little bit.
Yeah. I was like, shocked. Oh. I couldn't believe it.
I was. Yeah. That caught me off guard. I like that. I like it though, because I mean.
I actually do too.
It's better they do that to Concho, I guess, than Shanhwa.
Well, because in the original, I feel like too, there's. This tower is dangerous and everything, but I feel like not that many people die in season 1. It's like Ho. Yeah? That's it. Ho dies, Serena doesn't pass. This sort of adds a layer of like, oh my gosh. Like I'm saying at this point, I'm not saying that characters are not going to die in the next 2 episodes of the anime, so anime onlys, don't worry. I'm not spoiling that. I'm saying thus far. So making Concho and Blorogue die, it makes it more intense. Like it makes you feel like, oh my gosh, anyone can die,
Yeah. Anyone can die, especially these 2 guys who had like kind of no lines. Although Blorogue did he was pretty important
awesome,
in the crown game.
Actually, he was kicking butt during the crown game, but I guess he ended up being too weak. He was too weak for the tower.
Well, the bull is apparently rankers have problems.
I saw
with
that.
It, but
yeah, they didn't mention that in the original. That rankers had problems with this thing. That's terrifying. But yeah, so that happened. And I kind of like how this episode starts. Because, you know, we had the last examination, they're introducing us to the creatures, to everything, which I just like. It's a unique test for sure. But then we had this scene with Shibisu and Kun. And I like it a lot because Shibisu is constantly seen as the comic relief. He has a smart moment every now and then, especially in the webtoon. But this is the first time that we get to see him really open up, and he explains why he's helping Bomb. He talks about Serena inspiring him. They don't want Bomb to lose what they all lost before coming into the tower. I love that scene. That scene is so good.
I think it's a really good follow-up to what happened in episode 10.
In season 10. Yeah.
In season 10.
Yeah. No, for sure. Which, I just love that. And I also love Serena. I was gonna say too, Serena gave Shibisu her knife. And I was like, are they gonna do something with that? You know, and then they did. They did with this episode, with him stabbing the bull. I like that a lot. That was
I think
great.
that really enhances Shibisu compared to how they kind of didn't. Shibisu just kind of ran around in the webtoon.
It was a very comical scene with him and the bull. But
where Shibisu was like, I have to stop the bull, by any means, and then it was still comical, and then he's like, all right, I know what I can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it made sense. It was nice.
It did.
I don't think anyone would be against that scene. I don't think. Comment section, let me know.
Well, it's also just much more concise because in the original, it's a whole episode of him being chased around, and it's very funny. But the anime can't spend that much time, and they still gave him the moment with the rock, touching the rock and stabbing him, about to be eaten, just without having it be over.
Yeah, they had a moment. They did the comedy didn't overstay its welcome.
Yes.
And then Shibisu, Shibisu has grown a lot over.
Oh my gosh.
Well, not a whole lot, but he has grown.
I think a lot. Yeah.
He's encountered a lot, and he has learned from his experiences. So
I think it's a mixture of learning, but also us seeing the goodness inside of him.
Yeah, he's just a really good guy. So it's good to see him put his life on the line for his friends.
It's very
that's just touching. The kind of guy he is.
I love Shibisu. Shibisu is the best.
Shibisu is great.
But so then there was seen Anak show up. They place the bet. They make the bet with the Black March and the bull. And then when the bull runs off, Dorsey gets completely owned. Apparently it was hiding its power. And then Anak meets Ren, the sheep guy, Mr. Assassin, which I do like how they handled that.
Yeah.
I feel like it could have been slightly more dramatic, but just slightly.
I think I remember cutting frames for that episode, and that's exactly how it goes down.
Yeah.
I feel like word for word is he says something. The way it goes down, it's interesting because it's not quite how I expected it to go down. Because he's just what does he say exactly? But when he shows her the pendant, he's like, "I'm not your friend."
Yes, I'm not your friend.
And then she's just like, "Where'd you get that? Where did you get that?"
And then he says, "Isn't it obvious? It was me. I killed your mother." Which the anime didn't say he killed her outright, but heavily implied it. I'm wondering maybe that will be actually no, never mind. I'll forget. Maybe. Well, yeah. My thought process is they could change it so it was another princess who killed Anak's mother, and he has that pendant as a job from the royal assassin. He didn't actually do it.
That maybe it was another princess who actually like what Anak said, that a princess killed her mom.
Wait, she doesn't say that.
Doesn't she? That's
she?
The whole reason she hates. In the fisherman test, she says she hates princesses because.
Really?
I think that's right. Maybe I'm remembering that wrong.
No, that does sound familiar. No, I think it's more that, like, because she was a princess, Jihad killed her, so she hates Jihad. Isn't that more what it is? Because we know that Ren killed her. It's heavily implied that Ren killed her mother.
Yeah. I'm not sure, because I'm just thinking about, like, the true strength of, because, like, I mean,
true.
We had a discussion, this is a completely other discussion, but we were talking about how, like, the strength of Ren.
Yeah.
And I think you were saying that, like, Han Sung-yu is stronger, but you also, I think you said who? Like, you said Lei Ro is stronger than Ren?
Well, I think SIU said something that if they fought, Lei Ro would win, is what SIU said.
Which seems strange, because I feel like Lei Ro wouldn't be able to beat a princess.
No, well,
like
I agree.
A Ren princess.
But we have to keep in mind, it's kind of ambiguous, but this princess he's an assassin, so I don't know if they had a fair fight. Maybe he just assassinated her. Kind of like what he did with Anak here. He just kind of
Although, like, when you
her.
see in the anime, she's just, Anak's mom is standing in the fire, and it feels like she's gonna fight after she makes Anak run off, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good
point. Actually.
It's very hard to tell. And now that you do say that, though, I do feel like there was a line about that, but I feel like I would have remembered that and talked about it. So I'm just a little like, huh. But regardless, I mean,
I guess we'll see.
He says that, he implies that he does.
Yeah, we'll see, because Ren still has more stuff to say.
For sure. Yeah, we'll see.
We will see for sure. But I mean that's just my own interpretation. I could be wrong, because my memory is not perfect. That's
a good interpretation, though. I feel like you have something there, for sure. That does ring a bell. But regardless, that's sort of where the episode cliffhangers is. Is it Dorsey going to kill Anak and, like, redeem herself and prove herself as a princess? And I like that a lot. I think that's a great place to cliffhang the episode.
Yeah. It's
very like, oh my gosh, what isn't Dorsey gonna do? You know, because we know she's kind of cold-hearted. She took out those fishermen.
She only cares about herself and, to some extent, some people.
To some extent, yeah. We don't know what the extent is, though. Like, how far is she willing to go for these other people? So, we'll see. But I also gotta say, we had the Parakewl moment. Parakewl screwed everything up. That was fun. I don't have much to say there, but
Parakewl, Parakewl, like, basically saved.
Actually, kind of.
Hots would have got caught if Parakewl didn't. Well, they got caught either way, but
I think Hots would have probably silenced the thief, the goblin.
Do you think?
We don't know. We don't know, but that's true.
We have no idea.
In the original,
I think Parakewl, like I can see that logic. I feel like that's like.
Yeah.
Parakewl did a good.
Dude, Parakewl actually kind of did a good, but in the original, it's instead like they're talking. He overhears Rack say, the black turtle's gonna get eaten, and Parakeel's like, we're gonna fail, and so he just throws the spear into the horde of thieves, which is way more stupid. So the anime kind of redeemed him. Like, they kind of made him seem a little more heroic, and it's so funny.
I mean, I don't want to say redeemed.
Not redeemed, but
is a strong
they
word
made him
for
seem
Parakewl.
much more like a good dude. A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But
it's so funny.
Sense.
I saw a comment, and it was saying that Parakewl was like, he said, oh, my body just moved without thinking. And the comment was like, saying that, like, Rack in All Might's voice would approve. They're comparing Parakewl to Deku
to
from
Deku.
My Hero.
Yeah,
Parakewl is basically Deku from My Hero. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you know, but season 2 actually starts with Parakewl as the main character.
Don't spoil it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
so
I gotta
sorry.
cut this out.
Oh, I spoiled season 2.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm
season
so sorry.
2 is it's ruined.
Oh,
dude,
we gotta redo everything.
We gotta start over from the beginning.
Okay. make sure to cut that out.
I gotta stop the recording now, dude.
Okay.
That was way too crazy. Okay.
Yeah, we got to talk about something else, like anima users.
Anima users and Narei. You talk about that.
Man, I really liked it. I didn't really. I forgot that scene actually kind of happened in the webtoon, but then I remembered as soon as it happened. And Narei, well, I was watching with my friend, and Narei has so much dialogue in this episode. He thought he wasn't paying attention to the show, and he assumed Narei has been a main character this whole time, and he just wasn't listening to her.
Which is hilarious.
Really funny. But she had a lot of talking, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And she talks about anime users, and I think that is, I think the way it was explained, the way everything was like kind of, the way everything was, like the way the transition between anime users, narrate talking, and then going to Ren.
The Ren and the Bull.
And the Bull.
Yeah.
I think that was good.
Really well handled. And just like the way yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the way they show the way they show the fish too, like, and talking about how her fish is used for not for combat, the sonar waves, the animation, and just like it's such an not unnecessary, but they didn't have to do what they did. But they like went above and beyond for that scene, which I appreciated.
Yeah, and I think that like it just kind of goes like the way they said like oh, I can only control this little thing. And it's like I can't control the bull, or I can't control anything stronger than this.
Yeah.
Maybe a ranker could. Maybe.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, it was much more like obvious, the connection in the anime, which is good. Like I'm glad they did do that. And like honestly, the last point I'm gonna make about in the non-spoiler section is that I felt like it was the episode animation words was pretty good this episode, and especially with the implementation of 3D with the water and the fish.
Oh yeah,
that was really cool. Like
I really liked it. It was.
I think the studio
just how everything. Yeah. Just how everything looks. Everything with Bomb in the Bomb and Rachel bubble. It was visually very, very pretty.
Yeah. And like a lot of people, I think this animation studio is known for doing some 3D anime work. So I think when we first found out that they were doing Tower of God, some people were worried that it was going to be like a ton of 3D. But they've barely done any 3D. They just did it for like the lighthouse one time, or a few times with the lighthouses.
Yeah.
And then for like the water. And like honestly, gets great. It works, it fits. I think that's some great decision making. They're not overusing it. They're using it properly.
Yeah, at least they're not like, doing making the characters 3D and then just having that kind of disconnect.
That would have been so bad. Yeah. But regardless, any other thoughts, Joe, for non-spoiler section?
Let's go to the spoiler section.
Spoiler section.
I'm ready.
People, you have been warned. If you are an anime only, get out.
Yes, especially those who don't know anything about Parakewl Season 2.
You said it again.
Oh, did I drop the ball again?
You dropped the ball. I gotta bleep it now.
Oh my god. Oh,
hopefully
I'm so
I remember
sorry.
to bleep it. But luckily we are in spoiler territory technically. So you Parakewl fans, you know what we're talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew.
The revolution is coming.
The revolution is coming. It's kind of funny though that you say that. It's funny that you say that because a lot of people, anime only, is gonna be like, "Oh, he made a joke about there being a new main character," and then they're gonna start season 2 and be like, "Wait."
Yeah, man.
But yeah, so really, I don't know if there's that much to talk about with spoiler section. I have a couple on our notes page here, but. Main thing being, I like how they're handling Rachel so much. We always talk about Rachel in spoiler territory. They're handling her really well. Yeah, this episode, she seemed really, like with Bomb, I don't know. I liked the connection they had in the bubble. She seemed very genuine.
I mean, we know.
Kind.
No, it's like we know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So when we hear her dialogue, when we hear what she says.
Yeah.
We can understand that she is, she's jealous, or she's
using
she's not
whatever.
pleased.
Yeah. We have that knowledge, so we see it differently.
And it gets me excited.
Dude, I think it's gonna be next episode. I think that's how it's gonna cliffhanger.
It will.
Yeah.
It'll be at the very end. It'll be at the end of next episode.
It'll be the last thing, because everybody's gonna be completely. It's gonna throw. Yeah. 100%. And then the last episode is going to be, Rachel's perspective. It's going to be the epilogue.
Rachel coming out of the dolphin queen.
The queen,
and saying, "Oh my God, Bomb didn't make it."
Yep. Oh, he's dead. And everybody being like, "Let's carry Rachel up the tower for Bomb."
Yeah, and then Han Sung-Hye's like, "All right, you guys all passed the test. Very good.
Here's your little rings.
You guys can climb up the tower."
That totally aren't tracking devices. Yeah.
And then Kun will be like, all right, Rachel, I will be your legs.
Yeah.
I will help you up the tower.
And then, yep, I know what you're gonna say.
And then,
yep,
it's gonna be bomb in a hole.
Yep.
And then Han Sung Yu or Jin Sung Ha, depending. I don't know.
Or Yoon first, actually.
Oh yeah, actually. Okay, yeah.
That's how season 1 ends, in the comic. But I could see it, like you're saying, go even further and maybe showing also Jin Sung. Wouldn't that be actually so hyped to see Jin Sung?
It would be pretty cool.
I think I'd actually lose my mind if we saw Jin Sung in the anime season 1. I think I'd go crazy.
Well, what if they don't? What if they just like say, what if they're gonna do like, okay, what if they go even one step further, and they start going into season 2 episode 0 territory?
Oh, episode 0 territory with like Yuri and Mashini and that stuff. Repulista? Interesting. I don't think they will.
I don't think they would either.
Yeah.
But, I mean, who knows?
Who knows? I mean, it's possible.
I mean, they've shown Mashini once already.
Dude.
But, I mean, they also showed the Lopopia twin Jihad.
And Repulista.
So,
yeah.
And there's no chance the twins will show up this season.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Besides that one thing.
I mean,
unless they're in the background. I don't know.
There's no chance. That's true. But we'll see.
What if it does happen, Joe? Then we have to eat our words.
We have to eat our words. We'll have to go back to this video, and we'll be ashamed for the rest of our lives.
I mean, do you want to talk about how I would end Tower of God?
How would you end Tower of God? I'm curious.
So I would have the Jin Sung Ha thing happen.
Okay.
But then I'd have a scene after, where it's Yurik. All right.
Okay.
And he's like meditating, he's sitting, and then he's like, it's time we send in the spares. And then Tulalan shows up, and he's like, I'm only a spare. And then cut to black. Just those words exactly.
Do we get to see Tulalan at all?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
It's a completely dark room, all shadows. There's just one spotlight on Yurik. And he's like, it's time we send in the spares. And then, like, a light in the backdrop, it turns on, and then Tulalan is sitting there eating a sandwich, and then he turns around, and he's like,
my time has
I'm
come.
only a spare.
I'm only a spare. Boom. And everybody goes crazy. Waiting for season 2. All the news outlets are like, who is this guy? Who is the spare? Oh my gosh.
I would be so excited. I think I'm crying right now.
Yeah. I was with you. So I was like, Yurik, yeah, okay. He's there. Yep. Okay. And then just freaking. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, man. I mean, listen. You guys don't understand. Tulalan. We didn't know who he was, whatever, in our tier list. But I mean, we know who he is now.
Oh.
If you don't know who Tulalan is, if you anime-onlys are still watching to this point,
for some reason,
Tulalan, the most hype character.
Oh my gosh.
He is so incredible. I don't even know what he does, but he's so good.
I mean, he's the only regular that we know of that works for Wall Hike Song.
And you know,
just saying.
Leira Ro apparently praises him.
And he's just like, well, I'm only a spare.
He has 2 words, but his presence is known forever.
Oh, forever. He's pretty much a staple of our channel, I would say. And of Tower of God as a whole, you know?
Can we get like a hidden Tulalan in the thumbnail?
I will put a hidden Tulalan in the thumbnail of this video.
My God. That would be the best.
All right.
I mean, I've derailed this so hard.
No, I mean, that's basically, the only other thing I wanted to talk about in spoiler territory
about Yuri?
was that, yes, I'm excited to see Yuri. She's going to show up next episode, and she's going to be like, hey, Ren. I don't do that. Those are my sisters.
Yeah.
And it's going to be freaking hype.
It is going to be exciting.
Hype. Yeah.
I am excited for Yuri to show up. and be like, "Oh, hey, is that the Green April? Oh, it's mine now."
It's mine now. Yeah. Oh, and Black March, taking that back. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that belongs to me too.
It's
Don't know
kind of
why
crazy.
the lizard has it.
It's kind of sad and weird that Yuri goes all the way back to that floor, retrieves the Black March, but never sees Bomb.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
never
yeah.
sees him, and she just leaves. It's actually kind of like, whoa. Dude, okay, this is actually going farther into season 2. If you haven't read up to the Hell Train, then thank you for watching.
Oh, man.
It's insane that the first time that Yuri sees Bomb after the first time they met is on the Hell Train.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? That's the first time.
That's a big deal when that happens.
Yeah.
Like, that's why the Hell Train is one of my favorite arcs.
It's the best. It is the best.
Because she shows up, but she doesn't she shows up again, but she doesn't like steal the moment from Bomb, you know?
No, she just fights Pedro, which is kind of cool. It's like a side ranker fight, completely separate from Bomb's thing.
Yeah, like part of why I'm not super crazy about the Floor of Death is this is going even further.
This tangent is going far, yeah.
It's going very far, but part of the reason I don't really like the Floor of Death is that Bomb doesn't really get to do much. Like,
I agree.
Yurik is the one who does stuff, and Yuri too. Like, the interesting stuff that happens isn't directly because of Bomb. Bomb doesn't do anything.
Which is like fine, but it's just like he literally does nothing. It's all
like, not really.
Like we build up this villain, we build up this arc, and it ends up just being like, oh, Yurik shows up, we're fine. Everything's just
and it's
solved.
a shame because like everyone else, as a result, doesn't have anything to do because Bomb is strong, but people who aren't as strong as like, what does Wang Nan do in that arc? What does Kun really do in that arc?
He's not even there. Isn't
No, he's not.
Isn't Wang Nan with isn't he? Isn't that?
Yeah, he's with Rachel's group.
That's what it is. Oh yeah. No,
Like,
I thought you were gonna say the
characters-
person who did nothing during that arc was Sachi, which is also
God.
true. Have you seen my top 5 disappointed in characters video? You gotta watch it because I talk about you. Okay.
I did.
Yeah. Okay.
I did.
We like just because of our conversations about Sachi is why I included him because of you.
Well, that's
because you've opened my eyes to Sachi.
That makes my whole comment a contradiction in a sense. Because I was like, I didn't influence Joe or anything. Influenced Joe, like other Joe
you
said.
kind of did. Like, you didn't do it, like, but you didn't force me. But just our conversations made me realize, wow, he's kind of right. Like, I still think he does stuff. Okay, we're gonna make a whole video about Sachi some other time. But but anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you wanna go support Joe, then you can follow him on Twitter at Chromex20 and go follow him / subscribe to him on Twitch at Chosen Hero Arrives.
Yes,
so,
that is also my YouTube too.
Oh yeah, that's also his YouTube. Yep. So he's the voice of Leo Rowe in our dub. He's Other Joe. How could you not love Other Joe? Why did I say that? I hate you. We all know that the Joes hate each other. Bitter rivals.
Just keep talking. But of course, Other Joe is lying about everything. If you want to really support me, go follow me at Dr._Bonehead. Make sure to subscribe to this channel that you're listening to right now.
To support Other Joe.
Is there anything else? I don't know.
Don't you also have like an Instagram? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, do I? Do I? Is it Dr._Bonehead on Instagram?
I think it's just Dr. Bonehead without the underscore.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. You can just search. You can just search Joe Goffany too. I think that's your last name, right? Isn't your last name Goffany?
No.
Oh.
But maybe that's what I wrote for my social media.
That makes sense. It's all coming together. It's all coming together.
It's fine. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay.
Okay. I won't worry about it. You know. Very well. The only thing I was gonna say is it's very selfish of you to plug yourself like that.
I agree. We should probably plug someone else.
Like
another Tower
Corey.
of God creator.
Corey's a fantastic voice actor. Follow Corey on Twitter. He voices Shibisu.
Make sure you support The Tower of God anime. God, what is this outro? What have we done?
Why? I mean, I love you, Corey, but why am I? I hit my camera. This is the worst ending we've ever done.
I think I agree.
Let's just end it. Can we just end it? Let's just stop. I'm gonna hit stop recording. All right, thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye bye. That was awful. That was plain awful.
I don't think it was worse than our best girl tier list, though.